notwithstanding the respect you have for Ken Wisenhunt, is this team better now than it was 5 weeks ago?
I don't want to do that. I'm not going to compare where we are. I just, again, they're playing hard. We're doing things, we talked about doing a better job of not beating ourselves. I know we've cut our penalties in half in the last 4 weeks from where we were the first 8. Is that because of me or because of Ken? I just think our guys they're trying to do what the message I'm trying to send across to them about how to try to win football games.
How did the offensive line do yesterday in terms of taking a step forward over their first week together last week?
It was better. I thought actually it was better from, again, the first Jacksonville game, just the communication and our ability to handle some of the things they were doing. I think they saw we were trying to establish the run and sticking with it, and that's a good defense to run the ball on. Very good defense, and I thought they were gelling with the run, and they knew we were trying to hit some balls down the field. We were trying to help them win the protections. I think they saw that, and that's 2 weeks in a row now they've played together. Hopefully, that's good for them, good for us. But it was good win for that lineup again.
You mentioned Marcus had that "I got this" look yesterday, even when times were tough. When you get wins, if a guy's confident to begin with, how much can wins even propel him even greater in terms of confidence in this game?
I think it's going to help immensely. I think he's going to win a lot of games. I mean, he's going to win a lot of football games here, and I think what he does on the field, whether it's the play he made or we've been very, very good in our 2-minute drills. Now we have not scored at the end of game 2-minute drills, but we've moved the length of the field that have given us chances to win because of some of the things he's done. What we did at halftime, prior to the half, to go down there and score a touchdown with him making those plays. That's not only gaining him confidence, but the guys around him are seeing what he's capable of doing, so they know there's always a chance, regardless of the situation with him.
Mike, you've called plays in your career. After about a month or so of Jason calling the plays, have you seen kind of an evolution or development in him calling the game?
He's done a good job. He's kept a good tempo. We haven't had a lot of times where we've sitting there worrying about the play clock. I think he's doing a good job of staying a play ahead. We talked about it prior to the game, right before we went out on the field, the offense. Just get your thoughts together. We talk about them, but he's got a good feel for where we're at with the things. I thought he called a very good game yesterday, and he's got a good rhythm in play calling, and we're letting him have some time to think about it. That's why he's upstairs to get his thoughts together, and we'll talk in between series. But the rhythm has been very good.
We've seen Stafford working kind of as a nickel linebacker. What prompted you guys to kind of
just
give him that?
It was a scheme based on their personnel, get him in the game, and let him play a little bit more. But it was more about their personnel against our personnel.
You probably like Supernova playing with a little bit of an edge. You mentioned yesterday he's going to have to get that under control. What can you say or what can you do to him?
I mean, he's on this team because he has played with an edge since he came here. And again, we talked again today. But there's a fine line that he's crossed, and it's going to cost us football games. It could have cost us a game yesterday. It's just about making better decisions in the heat of the moment, and it's not acceptable. It's just not acceptable what he did.
You got your message today?
Yeah, I think he got it.
Ken Wisenhunt said that he was in pretty constant contact with people in Houston about where the franchise was headed. I wonder if that's the same for you since you've taken over, and if so, what was their reaction to getting that elusive home win?
Oh, they were happy, but I've done this before. I know how important it is to stay in communication and make sure they're aware of everything that's going on from even the day to day. I kind of go through the week with my conversations. So, but they were happy to get over the streak per se.
Has she said anything about your future, or did you leave it as an understanding at the beginning that, hey, we'll revisit after the night?
Yes, it's about, we'll revisit at the end of the year, but nothing as of late.
But what's the feedback been like from not the people in the building, but the people you see on Sundays as you come and go from the stadium, people out in the community that maybe recognize you a little bit more? You feel
It's been very positive. They know what we're trying to do. We're trying to, they know how hard these guys are playing, but for the most part, it's been very positive.
What's your it's kind of more of a Wednesday question maybe, but I'm curious your philosophy about analytics, and are there things that you lean on and things that if you're starting at the beginning of the year, you might incorporate in a way that you can't when you start in the middle?
I think there's room for them, but I think you have to be careful of them. It can be information overload. There's so many things. The problem with them is there's so much information, and again, guys like me, you're worried about did I study everything possible to help win this game? Well, you can get a book this thick on analytics of the game, of what this one player does based on the down distance, his stance. It can be too much. And for an example, go for it on 4th and 1. If you look at statistically 4th and 1, the percentages, I don't know what they are today, but they're pretty good. I want to know, when was it 4th and 1? Who was the 4th and 1 on? What part of the game? Where was it? Was it on the 1? But that's not always factored in. It just says, hey, 4th and 1, you should go for it. Well, I need to know when. So there's some good and bad with it, and we take it all in as much as we can, but it can be overboard at some point.
Would you welcome perhaps somebody that that for you and shrinks?
We kind of have.
The three most important.
Yes, we do. We know percentages and when we should do things like that. We talk about those things. Yeah.
Dexter, closer, you like his change for Sunday, or is it still too early?
I like his attitude about Sunday. He ran today, and we'll see how he feels tomorrow, but I'm hopeful that he's going to be ready.
About Martin, anything new on his? Mike Martin, anything new on his knee?
That's Mike in my office again today. He said he's getting better, getting treatment today, and we're going to see where he is. He and Derek on Wednesday with these days off, see how they are.
So, but you're still pretty confident that Derek at some point is going to get.
We're hoping. Again, the process now is just trying to strengthen the shoulder. There's nothing you can do to, there's not like we can fix it and play. It's got to be strengthening it and hopefully play.
Hang on. Thanks, guys.
Okay.
That's Titans interim head coach Mike Mularkey earlier today at St. Thomas Sports Park following the Titans' 42-39 victory over Jacksonville yesterday. It was a thrilling, exciting game that the Titans played and actually pulled out a victory in the fourth quarter, again, breaking a 11-game home losing streak and the first home win for Tennessee since October 12th, 2014. It makes hosting a sports radio show much easier when the Titans win a game. And one of my co-workers at 104.5 The Zone and a really good friend, Brent Doherty, co-host of 3HL weekday afternoons from 3 until 6 o'clock on The Zone. He joins me now. We've got a fun event to tell you about, which is coming up tomorrow at Nissan Stadium. But Brent, first and foremost, it's just good to see the Titans win a game, an exciting game at Nissan Stadium. And thinking about the close games we've seen, exciting games where they've been on the winning side of things, where would you rank that one?
It's got to be up there. Unfortunately, it was just win number 3, but it was an important one for sure. And, just when you think that it's going to go the other direction in the fourth quarter, Titans blow a lead, Mariota fumbles, the Jacksonville Jaguars get into the end zone, they take the lead, and you're like, okay, here we go again. And then Mariota does something that hasn't been done in franchise history by a quarterback. Goes 87 yards for a touchdown, and that was the kind of play that has everyone excited about one guy on this roster for sure. And Jonathan, when you look at the season that Marcus Mariota is having, he's already 26th in franchise history in passing yards for a season with 2,512 yards, and still got 4 more games to play, and he's missed time as well. And check this out, with the 19 passing touchdowns, he's already had the 14th most passing touchdowns in Titans/Oilers history by a quarterback. And certainly, you would think that he would have a little more time to get some more touchdowns. So everyone excited about him for sure. And that's probably the toughest part about all of this for Mike Mularkey, because I think it's going to be a job that's going to be coveted by people because they have a quarterback, and that's what you need in the NFL. And it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out.
Well, let's take people behind the curtain a little bit. Midday 180 ends at 3 o'clock. 3HL begins at 3:02. And you and I, in passing, coming into the studio, we were talking about Mularkey and whether or not he has a realistic shot at getting this job. I think he does. I think you do as well. But he had to win yesterday to keep his name in the running for that position. That was a huge win for him.
Huge win, absolutely. And now they've got 4 more. He's 2-3. And think about this, Jonathan. If not for an awful holding call called on the Titans, they beat the Raiders too, and they would be 3-2. So
yeah, you're right.
The next 4 will dictate. It's four playoff caliber teams too. Let's do say that. I mean, you're going with the Jets, the Patriots, the Texans, and the Colts. So it's not going to be easy, but you can certainly see a change in momentum and a change in attitude for sure.
Brent Doherty, host of 3HL 104.5 The Zone, with us here on Titans Talk, here on NewsChannel 5+. Brent, coming up tomorrow, you and I and everyone involved with 104.5 The Zone, we will be live from Nissan Stadium. And I thought it'd be great to have you on. We can kind of preview what's coming up at the Titan Stadium tomorrow. Our 8th annual Toy Field, where we're asking people to bring an unwrapped toy for a child this Christmas, which will be donated to the Salvation Army. This is my favorite event of the year that we do with 104.5 The Zone, and it's because it puts me in the Christmas spirit, giving an opportunity for everyone to give back, and the way people turn out for this is amazing.
It really is, and basically to kind of set the mental image, we'll be outside, right inside Concourse A, and we'll have a field laid out prior to the wake-up zone starting, and people generously stop by all day long and bring toys for kids in need, seniors in need, and it's really fascinating to kind of watch this toy field get filled up with heart and love and generosity. And by the time we leave the air at 6 o'clock, at 7 o'clock, when Chad Withrow gets off the air with prime time, it's just amazing to sit there and look at it. And you think about how lucky we are to live in such a giving community. And Nashville is the #1 city in the country. There's no doubt about that. And it will be proven again tomorrow with the display of giving.
So if you're headed out tomorrow, just the details again, you can stop by, grab an unwrapped toy. You don't even have to wrap it. You don't even have to get out of your car. We'll have people that will come outside of Nissan Stadium and grab it if you're going to stop by on your lunch break, stop by on your way to work in the morning. You can do that from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Of course, Brent, Blaine, and Mickey will be there from 3 until 6. You can stop by, say hello. By all means, come inside Nissan Stadium, say hello, and chat with us during the breaks. We'll be there all day. But again, Toy Field with 104.5 The Zone at Nissan Stadium tomorrow. I have a trunk full of toys ready to drop off. Brent, I'm sure you're bringing some as well?
Oh, absolutely. Again, benefiting the Salvation Army's Forgotten Angels, and we do this every year. And, I'm bringing toys, of course. and you can get more information online, as you said, 1045thezone.com. Another cool element to this is the people that show up and donate toys that people will know and will have heard of and will recognize, like Michael Griffin brings toys. Brent Kern brings toys. I'm trying to think of Florida Georgia Line was there a couple of years ago.
What?
This is just...
I didn't know that.
Yeah, this is one of those kinds of things that people just want to get behind and get involved with. And I think it's great.
I can't wait. Again, tomorrow, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., Nissan Stadium. We hope you'll be involved as well. Details right now at 1045thezone.com. You can hear Brent Doherty each and every weekday on your drive home, sitting in traffic. You need a good laugh. You need to kick back and help get that drive by a little bit faster. Do it with 3HL with Brent, Mickey, and Blaine. They do a great job. Brent, appreciate it. See you tomorrow.
Thanks. Nothing. See you, man.
All right, Brent Doherty with 3HL. And again, check him out on 104.5 The Zone. Coming up, Marcus Mariota, the 87-yard touchdown run. We'll get his thoughts on that and a big win yesterday at Nissan Stadium here on Titans Talk on News Channel 5 Plus.